Good morning. I'm gonna give everybody about 2 minutes. And in 2 minutes, we'll start. And in addition to 2 minutes, that means everybody's camera must be on. So I'm gonna give you a couple of minutes to get it together. Nice try, Chris. We need a face. A face. Not a picture, a face. There we go. I see a face. Give yourself 1 second and we'll be right back. Well, like I said, I'm gonna give some people more time. Alrighty. So we are going, as I'm sending a message to one of my classes, we're going to go ahead and get started. Now everybody's cameras needs to be on so I can see everybody's shining face. Hello, how are y'all doing? Y'all can nod and say, all right, I'm all right. I know y'all, like I said, I know trying to turn the camera on is not ideal, especially if you're like me, you've been living in a bonnet for a year, because I sure was living in a bonnet for a minute. So I get it. So, like I said, cameras are on just so we could transition back into eventually being face to face, because eventually it is going to happen. So that's why everybody's camera needs to be on and you could stay muted. All right. So if you got music videos playing in the background, that's cool too. Right. All right. So we're going to do today. One of the tasks that it is calling for, I'm actually going to move my screen because I got three screens up. So in learning module number 3, right? Let me get to the right class first. Let's do that. That's pretty helpful, right? Get in the right class. Come on, hurry up, computer. All right, so in learning module 3, week 13. All right, this is very important. So I suggest you start to get in that mode to get it done now. All right, so I am going to share a screen. All right, and so this is what you should see. All right, let me know if you could see interview a professional. And there's a large bird on my porch. All right, so let me know if you could see and just say it in the chat. Can you see this particular page? Because I got to make sure you can see all my stuff. All right, so you should be looking at interview a professional, right? This is very important for you to go ahead and get started now, all right? And the reason why I want you guys to get highly involved in this process, in this particular Zoom meeting, is because what we're going to do is that we're going to ask different questions that we're going to present to the person we are interviewing. All right, so when you're interviewing this person, basically you want to find someone that is a professional that is in that kind of that field that you're in, that you're looking to go into. All right, and find somebody. So like I said, start now. All right, reach out to maybe your mentor, reach out to maybe a former coach or anything of that nature, get their information. And sorry, I'm also getting multiple notifications too. And just ask them politely, you know, can I interview you? Now you have a few options to do this. All right. If you do one of the options, and that lets me know that you're highly engaged and highly involved in this process, right? So if you interview somebody and let's say you want to record, you want to do a Zoom meeting of an interview, totally fine. That's appreciated, right? Just let them know that they're recording. Okay, be fair. Okay, some people don't want to be recorded. All right, so you could do that option. Maybe you could do a voiceover option. Maybe you can record it through the phone, or maybe you just want to just write it, type it up on Word, and then just send it to them and have it send it back. I'll take either way, but of course, the first option is a really cool option. It gives you an opportunity to engage with that person. All right, so now what we're going to do where it says find someone, all right, like I said, request to interview them. All right, send them a polite email, not the same text message that you would send at 10:05 at night telling them you up. Okay. Yes, it can be a graduate student. Has to be a graduate student. But you know, send them and the graduate student a polite email. Hey, you know, well, not hey, excuse me. How are you doing? I'm requesting to do an interview with you about, you know, being a particular whatever in the field. You could do that. All right. Don't send them no email. Don't send them no text message or email that's like, oh, you up? You got time? Don't do that. Okay. Don't do that. We got to try to get in the habit to send professional emails. So that's the first thing. Like I said, if you do it through Zoom, it gives you that opportunity to engage with people as we're still, you know, in a pandemic still, but still gives you the kind of the face-to-face opportunity to really talk to somebody you really admire. All right. Now, another thing, you have to type a reflection of how that interview made you feel. Did it give you a positive view about you going into this field? Did it give you a good idea, direction of where you want to go, that type of thing? So that's what we definitely need here. Now, what we're going to do is that in this particular section, all right, and you could do it in the chat. All right, if you do this in the chat, I highly recommend y'all keep tabs of the questions we ask, okay? So in doing so, sorry, I get mail all the time too. So in the chat box, I'll go ahead and stop sharing my screen and I'll approve of the questions that you want to ask these people in terms of who you want to interview. So I'll go ahead and start with my first group of questions. Hold on. All right, so start typing in the chat box now. And it's important. I want you to take, all of us are going to ask a bunch of questions that we would ask somebody we're interviewing, all right? And do so in the chat. So I'm going to start. Like I said, you have to be highly engaged and highly interactive. I know it's 10 a.m. Some of us are not 100% awake. I get it, all right? So definitely start typing in. And I know some of you guys are on your phone, so it's okay if you kind of go in and out of your, you know, your screen. I know when you go into the chat, it's going to turn on your picture, but make sure that you, oops, I did not mean to send you that privately. That's my bad. Sorry, hold on. So hold on. Like I said, you can go ahead and start. Just share some random questions you would ask somebody during an interview. And I highly recommend that you guys save these questions, and I will save these too, but make sure you start asking. Yeah, sorry. Make sure you start asking. I'm waiting on y'all. I ain't gonna ask all the questions. Any other questions that you would ask somebody you're interviewing that you admire? As you should see some in the chat. I'll ask another one. All right, I'm waiting on y'all. I'm not gonna ask all the questions. So just put some sample questions out there. And I don't want y'all to feel, let me say this. I don't want y'all to feel intimidated, be like, oh, that's a dumb question. We're not here for that. We're not here to judge, okay? So ask away. Just put in there a question that you would ask a professional. You know, like you don't want to, or maybe you have, don't get too personal, but yeah, still try to get a question there. Okay, that's a good one. What are some of the cons in the field? Like I said, go ahead. There's no such thing. That's why I said highly involved. Definitely put some questions in there that we can all use. This is kind of like what we're doing is that we're taking questions and we're kind of putting it in a pool of questions. So be creative. You don't have to be too personal, but you could be creative and say, okay, well, what made you choose an HBCU? People have asked me that all the time. What made you choose an HBCU? I identify myself with an HBCU. So those are things that you want to ask. Yes, you can say where you want to be in this field, ask away. You know, I've run into, I've interviewed people in the past who were teen parents. And I asked questions like, was it harder for you as a teen parent to really navigate through college? You know, is it harder? Is it easier? That type of thing. So those are questions that you can, for some that might be personal, but some take it as a motivational thing. So like I said, highly involved Zoom lecture today. So ask some questions. Don't be nervous. Don't be shy. Let me see. Like I said, ask away. Cause I don't want the people that ain't asking questions just be taking questions. Y'all gotta ask some too. What type of questions y'all got? So far, I got 2 people that is donating questions. Oh, I got 3 people. I'm sorry. 3 people. So I need, let me see. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I got 3 people that donated questions. I need the other 3 y'all to say something. I ain't gonna say no names. Not gonna say no names. Brooklyn. I ain't gonna say no names. I'm not gonna say no names. Y'all got any other questions that y'all would ask a professional? Do not be shy. Let me see. I got what are some cons in the field? Anything else y'all would ask? Now, mind you, you have to ask minimally 10 questions. So I know y'all got some questions. Y'all can't just be interviewing this person and ask 3 questions. Y'all got any more questions that you were asking you? Okay. How has the industry changed since you started? Thank you. Keep asking. We got to try to create a pool. So when you get to the interview, you want the interview to be smooth, right? You don't want it to be choppy. You don't want to be nervous. You want to have these questions ready so you can ask them and be done, right? So that's why ask questions. Like, what would you ask somebody that you admire that is where you want to be? Shoot, I mean, I'll do this one. Like I said, y'all can't be just out of the blue unless y'all don't want to share. Is that what that is? Y'all don't want to share questions, do y'all? Selfish. Y'all selfish. Y'all don't want to share no questions? Come on, we got to help each other out. So, what type of questions would you ask someone you're interviewing that you admire? Y'all got any? Any? Think of something. Just don't ask. So, one of the things you want to avoid when you're asking your interviewer questions, avoid what they say, the 9. Okay, the 9 where it talks about race, gender, sexual orientation. I think it's religion. So the personal questions, those 9 personal questions you want to avoid. So don't ask about, gender. Don't ask about marital status. Don't ask questions like that. Okay. Teenage parent might be a little choppy. That might be some things that you could, if you know the person well, but if you ain't got that relationship, don't do it. Let me see. What kind of internships would you recommend? Do you have connections that can help me? Yes. Ask these questions. Like I said, I got a strong 1, 2. I got a strong 3 people. I got 1, 2. I got 3 y'all. I ain't gonna name no names, Chris. I ain't gonna name no names that ain't answering no questions. Y'all got them. Our test. Woo! Woo! Allergies. Y'all got questions? I know y'all do. I know y'all do. Okay. Who inspired you to become who you are? Okay. Any other questions? I see Brooklyn. She trying. Just the juices are flowing. I see it. You got the questions. What would you ask somebody that you admire that is where you want to be? It don't even matter what, if you maybe, let's say for instance, you want to be a coach and you admire a particular female coach that I know there's a couple of female coaches at UK and at Eastern. So if you had the opportunity to interview those 2 female coaches, what are some questions that you would ask them that would motivate you to get where you want to go in life as far as a career is concerned? Or even if you want to be an entrepreneur, okay? I'm going to say this as a recording. I don't care. Let's say you want to be a legal entrepreneur, right? You can't be illegal entrepreneur. We're not doing that. We're not about that vibe. But you want to be a legal entrepreneur. And let's say you talking to an entrepreneur and you want to ask them like, hey, what did it take for you to get where you are? You gotta be creative. Come on. I know y'all scratching y'all head. Y'all can't be this nervous when y'all, okay, so bet. Let me see. Let me think about it this way. Who do y'all admire? Think about who you admire, right? I'll tell you this. I don't admire too many people, but I'm just going to say this because I feel like that this woman is going to be me when I'm in my 80s. I admire this woman. Her name is Ernestine Shepherd. She's 84 years old. And right now, at one point, she was the oldest female bodybuilder, according to the Guinness World Book of Records. And like, I would straight up ask her, like, did you have a lot of kickback from family from you going into fitness so late in the game? I would ask her questions like that. Or what motivated you? She wrote a book. What motivated you to write a book? You know what I'm saying? So definitely ask these questions. You got to ask, because especially if you want to ask these questions, this person getting paid. I don't know about you, but I'm trying to pick somebody's brain who getting paid. Okay. So y'all can act like y'all fronting and scared if you want to. But I'm trying to retire by the time I'm 50. I'm not trying to retire at no 70. I'm trying to retire at 50, 5-0. All right. So I got 13 years. So ask them questions. What would you ask that person that you see is getting paid? What would you ask them? I'm waiting on y'all. Let me see. We ain't gonna be on here all day because I got to eat. So what would you ask somebody? How about y'all? I saw one person like, I don't know. Y'all got to come up with 10 questions. Y'all got something. Y'all got something. Chris, you ain't got nothing? No? You got something. Brooklyn, I see your head tilted to the side. You got something. Yes, you do. Let me see. Is the money worth it? That's a real good question. That's a real good question. Y'all got I know y'all got questions. Don't let it be me. Just be like, oh nah, Patrice Miss Nesbitt gonna judge. I am the last person on earth to judge your question. I promise. You gotta ask these questions. Got to. Let's say, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. Let's say President Brown comes in and is like, what questions you got for me? Y'all want him to do things like drop the well, he can't really drop the tuition, but I mean, it could be proposed, right? Y'all want stuff to be popping off for homecoming, right? You gonna ask that question, right? You are. I would. I was trying to get T.I. at my homecoming concert when I was an undergrad. I used to love that little short man. Okay, couldn't tell me nothing about T.I. I wanted him at homecoming one year, and then one year we got somebody else. I don't even remember who that cat was. Okay, I don't. Young Dro. That's who. I was like, I don't want to look at no young. I don't want to look at Dro. Yeah, right. Y'all got some questions in here? Okay, let me see. I'm gonna give y'all about another 2 minutes because I ain't gonna stick around on this Zoom call. What skills have you found vital for your job? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Y'all got them. I just think y'all shy. I think y'all being shy. Now, if we were in class, I would hope y'all have these questions. You would ask these questions if y'all was on TikTok. You would. I know y'all would. I'm gonna give y'all about a couple more minutes because, like I said, this is a question share pool. So if you see questions on here that you would ask, definitely copy. You know what I'm saying? I don't want, when you submit your assignments, I don't want to see these questions. And I know who was on this live, so I'm gonna be like, oh, so y'all ain't want to ask then. Y'all was trying to hoard questions. Okay, that's cool. Let me give you one more. There's one more. That's all I got. Got nothing else. Y'all, because y'all acting all shy and stuff. Y'all ain't none of y'all. What was the hardest part? Thank you, Brooklyn. See, y'all got this. Y'all not shy. I know y'all not shy. So Maya said, I'm not going to keep y'all too long because I know 10 a.m. for some of us is still early, but I wanted to do camera on type ordeal because eventually we will be transitioning back on campus. Okay. So at least we kind of get our senses going, get woke, get moving. I've been on campus a couple of times. I miss y'all, so hopefully, this is a helpful transition to get us back into the mojo of things. So, but that's all I really want to do. Make sure that you are engaged in the next couple of weeks because you'll notice that the weeks are going to start to dwindle down a little bit, the kind of easy transition out of here. So I don't want you guys to fall too behind. So if you guys need an extension on anything, okay, you can message me on the Remind app. All right. And I will get to it as quickly as I possibly can. All right. I think I've extended a lot of things through this weekend because this Friday is a state holiday. So I will not be available that day. So I've extended everything, I believe, through either Sunday or Monday through the first and second learning modules. But if it's not there, message me and I'll make it there. Okay. Do y'all have any questions for me before I end this Zoom? Any questions? And you could put in the chat no, because I know some of y'all don't put the phone down. Y'all like me, I had to put the phone down and kind of, yeah. No questions for me? I got Chris driving.
I have a question. I'm just going to ask it on here. I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So I know I asked if it can be a graduate student, but what if they're not in the field yet? Like, what if they just graduated last semester? And yeah.
No, that's fine. So it's good to get a graduate assistant's perspective on maybe their views on that career path has changed. since they graduated and since they're in a graduate program, maybe there's information that you can learn in terms of not only just you, but everybody else that can learn in terms about things they need to know about being in graduate school. So yes, you could still use the graduate, the grad student, but just kind of get their perspective on, you know, where they are. Has their perspective, has their view changed? What was the hardest thing? Yes, you can. Just send me a message so I won't forget, so I put it in my calendar. But yes, back to answer your question, yes, you can interview them even though they're not in the field yet.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? I got one that requested to interview me. That is totally fine. Totally fine. All right, so I'm going to end it here. If you guys have any questions, concerns, let me know. Mo, before we go, there is no Zoom next week, okay? It is some parts where I'm from, Easter Monday is observed. We're going to observe Easter Monday, all right? So there is no Zoom lecture for me next Monday, all right? You guys have a good, nice, long weekend. I'll chat with you next week. Peace out.